So, without further ado, Niklas,
All right.
take it away.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm here today to talk to you about how to build strong communities. And yeah, as always, first of all, I'm gonna introduce myself and where I'm working. So I'm from the app called Jodel. I suppose most of you already heard of it. We make location-based messaging, where you can, without a profile, just tap into your local community, share your thoughts, informations, and just interact with the people around you. And in this app, I'm Nicklas, head of community, and you should definitely check it out. But I don't want to really talk about our current level. I really want to dive into the community thing. And I want to take you back to where it all started, like where we started our first community, where we had our, like the first launch. It was actually in our hometown in Aachen. And I remember it as it was yesterday. Our founder, Alessio, who is here as well, he founded Jodel, and he was searching for someone to promote it, and as he's one of my best friends, for me it was natural to say, yeah, of course I'm doing it. I did a lot of promotion in my life, and so I got up early, like 10, 11 a.m., took some flyers and headed to the university. And I talked to everyone basically, told them why Jodel is the best app that ever was and ever will be. And then I head home, and one thing Alessio told me very clearly, to not have the empty room problem. He told me to always, like every half an hour, every 20 minutes, post something. So the people open the app and they actually see something. I kind of forgot that. So I went home and I just did what students do, so everything except learning. And and then he called me and he was really excited. And he was like, dude, did you post? What did you do the last hours inside the app? I was like, fuck, I'm really sorry, man. I really forgot. And he was like, no, open the app. And I did, and here's what I saw. Like every other minute, people were posting. It was really crazy. Like in 30 minutes, we had like 21 upvotes. People were posting about police controls. They were posting local content. They were helping each other, interacting, commenting. It was amazing. Within the first hours, we actually hit our weekly goal. And and we got really excited. Our servers not so much. They didn't like the traffic. But and ever since that, we really got viral there. And they started to share everything. Like, for example, they hacked how to get more Netflix for free, shared it with everyone. They shared their recipes when you're lazy but you really want to have good food. And they even shared where you get on the Christmas market the most for your money, everything. And and in the end, they also shared nudes. Now I got your attention, I guess. And they did this with all the bugs we had, with all the server problems. They just kept coming, kept posting, kept interacting, and we were asking ourselves, why? Like, why keep they coming back? What is going on there? I mean, we figured out eventually that it wasn't that much about the content or how the app is performing, but it was really a sense of belonging, a sense of really feeling to be part of a great community and contribute to that. And that was kind of our secret to success. And right now we have hundreds of active, healthy, and sustainable communities, and all over Europe we managed to really get this vibe in different languages and different countries, different cultures, and create that sense of community hundreds of times for every user we have. We have over 1 million users and are actually part of the everyday life of most of the European students right now. Actually, until a point where in Sweden they buried a time capsule and they wanted to show what's on everyday usage what they use, the students, and Jodel was in that, which is really amazing. Yeah, the question for you guys probably is, yeah, that wonderful story and everything, but what do I care? Why should I care about communities? And of course, there are a lot of reasons. The importance of community and community thinking has increased dramatically since the World Wide Web started. It's just a really easy and good way to share ideas, knowledge, opinions, whatever you want to share. And it's connecting people and businesses. And eventually it started to disrupt more and more industries. For example, I chose some examples to show you really what communities can do. For example, Airbnb. Everyone knows it, everyone uses it. In the end, their success comes mostly from the community, from the sense of belonging to that community and to curate this community. Also Wikipedia, which is a huge knowledge thing. And it's basically the people who contribute. They contribute because they want to, because they have this incentive motivation, intrinsic motivation to really do this for free, and they were stronger and better than any paid encyclopedia out there. Also big industries like Porsche, Chibo, BMW, they all sense that communities are really important, and they invest a lot of money to get communities going inside their firms. So I wanted to talk to you about how to build a community, how to really create one. So let's build our own community here in this room. First of all, what is a community? What do we need? Actually, those phrases are kind of complicated, so let's put them together. You just need a bunch of people with a common interest or some similarities. Just they need to have something in common and a place where they can interact and share their ideas and opinions. Of course, out of this, they will establish an own set of rules, an etiquette, and some inside jokes. There are different kinds of communities, transaction like Airbnb, Amazon, interest, just as Reddit or Stack Overflow, or relationship, which could be Facebook as well as others. B2B, B2C, yeah, just a bunch. But how do we start it from the scratch? So one of the things, the medium, basically how and where they interact. You can just imagine it a little bit like a sandbox. You give them the tools and you define how and where they will interact and with what. Is it like links? Will it be pictures, messaging? Will it be commenting or something like that? Then, of course, you have to set the vibe. This is a really important thing. You have only one chance for a good first impression. If they come to the platform and they see something bad, they will immediately give you this label. And you will have a hard time to recover from that. Then rules. Just as the medium, you will set a frame to your community, which can be pretty different. For example, we have the sandbox. If you set some rules, you can create completely different outcomes. People are creative, they're gonna really explore everything you give them. But if you give them a ball and a net and you set some rules, they will have this. If you just say build something, if you give them the tools to build something, it will be a completely different outcome. 4, curation. It's basically everything. If you compare which platforms, which communities failed, mostly they failed because of curation. You have to have user and content curation, basically, to also establish this really good first impression. But also you can decide if you have the technical approach, more technical systems curating your community, or you make it user-driven and give moderators the tools to actually ban people or sort content out. Then 5th, what I have to say in my opinion is one of the most important stuff, is you really have to care. You have to care for your community, you have to feel part of it. You cannot just say, yeah, let's make all the community stuff, but if you don't care about your users, about every single one, you will never really have an active and really good engaged community. And last but not least, company culture, which we at Jodel, we are Jodel, we live Jodel every day in our company. Don't get me wrong, we work really hard, but on the other side, we are all creative and have these crazy moments. We all have adiletten for ourselves in the office, and just random stuff like that. And you need it to really feel Jodel, to really be part of this amazing community. And well, that was just really a small overview how you can really create a community. Normally, like when I first started the presentation, I had like 100 slides and I filled an hour. So I really boiled it down to the most important aspects, and I hoped I could kind of convince someone here to start to create an own community. And with a little bit of luck, maybe you will have someday such an amazing and creative and really awesome community, which we have at Jodel and where I'm honored to be head of, actually. And yeah, and I got it in under 12 minutes. I'm really, really glad. And yeah, yola yihu. Thanks.